Welcome to the Rural Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Dana Larson. This week we have a very special episode of the podcast featuring the OABCIG Middle School TAG students from right here in my hometown. I had the honor of getting to speak to them last week about my career path, and then we turned the conversation on them and talked about their dreams for our small towns. We decided it would be fun to record their answers and share it all with you here on the podcast. So here we go with the OABCIG Middle School TAG students. All right, we're here today in Odebolt, Iowa at the OABCIG Middle School. I'm excited to be back at my home school. This is where I went to school. And we are with the TAG students today, learning about podcasting, learning about Rural Revival. And so I thought this would be a really cool opportunity to ask them some questions about their dreams for our small towns here and what their plans might be if they plan to stick around here, have business ideas that they might want to bring here. So I'm really excited about this conversation, and we're going to get started. So do you guys think it's good to get to grow up in a small town?
Emory, Odebolt, Iowa. I think it is because you get more opportunities to do stuff rather than in a bigger town.
Ben, Odebolt, Iowa. I think it is good because then we could farm and stuff, and in a city there's not room to do that.
Talon, Arthur, Iowa. I like it because you can have like a lot more connection with like the communities. Like you know everybody, they know you, and you can get really involved with the communities and stuff.
Jenner, Kyron, Iowa. I think it's better than a city because there's more chances to work in areas depending on what kind of field you're going into. In cities, there's more business, and in towns, you can get like farming and a lot of other only rural jobs you can get.
When you live in a smaller town, it's usually safer and it's quieter sometimes.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. Very, very good. So let's move on to the next question. What's your favorite thing to do in your small town?
Sheldon, Odebolt, Iowa. My favorite thing to do where I live is go play with my friends at their houses.
Very good.
Favorite thing to do is farming and tractor pulling.
I like to go to my local stores and just meet people.
I like going to the library because it's a smaller library, so there isn't as many people there when you go, and it's a nicer library also.
Peyton, Arthur, Iowa. My favorite thing to do is there's a lot more room to drive ATVs around, so it's a lot more fun because you're not in a big city driving it.
Do any of you have any idea what you might want to do when you graduate high school or college? Tell me about your future plans.
Jacob, Ida Grove, Iowa. I would like to work at NASA.
Very good. So that's probably not a small town job, but that's okay. That's right. Awesome. Although you did have the idea to bring NASA here.
Yeah.
Why would you like to bring NASA here?
Because it has open fields to build a launch pad, and because more people would be able to work at NASA if it was here.
Very good. We would have some good quality workers, wouldn't we? Yeah. All right.
When I grow up, I plan to be a veterinarian. And, well, because when I was like 5, I saw like a lot of like injured like animals on like the side of the road.
Yes.
And I just want to help out.
That's great. And is that something you'd like to do around here?
Yeah.
Great. We need veterinarians.
I would like to do music and become an artist.
Very good. And do you think you can do that from here? Would you like to stay here and do that?
I already have.
Awesome.
I want to be a farmer.
You're totally going to do that here, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'd like to do something in music or become a singer or with graphic design.
Very good. And is that something that you would like to try to do here?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, yeah. But I do think it's something that you could do here if you wanted to. I do think it's possible. All this podcasting equipment is actually stuff that you would record an album with. So, yeah, you could totally do that here.
I don't really know what I want to do, but something with agriculture. And sometimes I just kind of want to help my dad with the farm that we have right now.
Awesome. I love that.
Another thing I would possibly want to do is work with animals, possibly like elephants or animals like that in the wild.
So that's probably not a job you could do here, but maybe in Africa, which would also be very fun. So I had everybody fill out a card here as I've been in the classroom today and ask them to write down their dreams for their small town, because I love to hear from these guys and what they would like to see here. And we told them sky's the limit. So I'm excited to hear what they wrote down and what they have to share.
My dad he just wanted to start like a business in town because Arthur doesn't have a lot. So I just kind of want to help him with that.
Awesome. I love that. I think there's a lot of great opportunity in Arthur.
I would like to possibly make a dog park in this town or fix up the school and probably get a better pool because it's all it has is one slide and it can get kind of boring after a while.
So maybe more like water park type features?
Yeah, because lots of kids would like that.
Very cool.
I'd like Lego store or Lego Land, Comic-Con or merchandise store, make the pool in Ida Grove better, and some other things like engineering places.
Very good. I love those ideas.
Like maybe in like the next couple of like 20 years, I was hoping like they could like reopen the grocery store.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Or like make a new one like Walmart or something.
Yeah. Very good.
I would like to see some more places to eat, and that those could also be community gathering places, just as whatever, it depends. And more stores, and that could also be a community place.
I want to have a tractor pull and Odie Bolt.
Love it.
Leo from Ida Grove, Iowa. I want a Chick-fil-A.
I think Arthur needs like pickleball courts just because there's a lot of elderly people and they need to find a way to stay active, and pickleball courts are a pretty big way to help them out with being active.
Absolutely. Do you guys play pickleball? Okay, nice.
Shelby, Oldie Bowl, Iowa, and I'd like to help my mom grow her small business, and I'd like a grocery store because that would be fun, and some more activities to do in Oldie Bowl.
Love it. And what kind of small business does your mom have?
She has flower bouquets that she hands out, and she's going to set up like a little flower garden, and she's just going to let people come over and pick out whatever they want. And she has a honey business too.
So good. I love it. Mrs. Masters, what would your dream be for these students in our small towns here?
I would love for all of these kids to know that there's so much to do in these small towns, and we need them to come back after they have finished their education, whatever it is they wanted to do, and come back and be leaders in our community because we're going to need them.
Absolutely. And the one thing I want to tell you is, as you keep thinking about this and what you might want to do someday, if there's an opportunity for you to do it here, we want to help you find a way to do that. So you have to just tell us if you're like, I want to have a recording studio in Odebolt, Iowa, but I don't know if that's possible. Can you help me? Absolutely, I can help you. So you never know. Maybe we'll even get NASA to come. Well, guys, thanks for having me here today. This is awesome. I can't wait to share this. Well, I loved this discussion so much, and that so many of these students have dreams for their future that involve staying right here And that means we, as the generation going before them, have this responsibility to do our part to make it possible for them to live out their dreams here. So I would encourage you, talk to your kids. Even in middle school, they're already thinking about this. So have those conversations, find out what they want to do, and then find a way to make it possible for them to live out those dreams here in our small towns. I also want to direct you to an essay written by their teacher, Mrs. Masters, called What Rural Gets Right, expanding on the idea that rural schools aren't completely disadvantaged as some may think they are. And if we can look at ways rural schools are positioned to meet individual students' interests and learning needs, we can change that narrative. I've linked that in the show notes, and I would encourage you to check it out. And speaking of the next generation, I want to remind you about our Raised to Stay program, where we're challenging small towns to create opportunities and shift the mindset of our kids so they choose to stay in our rural communities instead of leave. Through this program, you can survey your high school students to find out what their dreams and goals are, and then find ways to help them live out those dreams and goals right here in our hometowns. Go to ruralrevival.co/raised-to-stay, or you can also go find the link in our show notes. Huge thanks to our OABCIG Middle School TAG students for being on the podcast. You guys did great, and thanks to you for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody.